Materials are defined as substances intended to be used for certain applications, usually construction and manufacturing. The fundamental premise of modern material science is that the microscopic structure of materials is responsible for their macroscopic properties. Primarily, materials are divided into 5 groups: metals and alloys, polymers, ceramics, semiconductors, and composites. Though material science is a relatively new interdisciplinary field that involves studying materials through the material structure paradigm, its practical origins reach back to the prehistoric ceramic making and metal processing techniques. Hereby, we will see how usage of certain materials have shaped entire civilizations and the central role of this field in development of modern civilization. Ancient Ages. A group of tribes called Hittites established themselves as the dominant power in Asia Minor. These previously insignificant people could challenge the mighty Egyptian empire and that of the Syrians. All this was possible because the Hittites were forced to work with iron and make weapons out of it. Hittites' successful weapons consisted of swords, spears, and arrows made of iron, which pierced through bronze shields of their enemies. Talking of empires, in 1200 AD, the Mongols invented the first composite bow. Using a combination of wood, bone, and animal glue, bows were pressed and wrapped with birch bark. These bows were extremely accurate and powerful weapons. Composite Mongolian bows provided Genghis Khan with military dominance and was crucial in establishment of vast Mongol empire. Progressing forward, the commencement of the Industrial Revolution is closely linked to a small number of innovations which were but quite crucial beginning in the second half of the 18th century. These crucial innovations were also in part brought by development of certain materials. This was characterized by mechanization of manufacturing process, shifting focus from cottage industries to mass production. It is interesting to note that this coincided with improvement in iron extraction techniques, which in turn lowered its cost, and iron, instead of traditional materials like wood, emerged as primary manufacturing raw material. Moreover, this period also saw development of predecessor of modern Portland cement and rapid development in paper and glass making processes, startling examples of which invention of vulcanized rubber was another milestone of this period, which gave a spur to automobile industry. During World Wars, class of polymers underwent unprecedented growth. Prior to 1900s, natural polymers like cotton, silk, jute, a few cellulose derivatives, and vulcanized rubber was all we had in name of polymers. But during war years, the limited or restricted supply of natural materials like silk and rubber necessitated the development and production of synthetic substitutes such as nylon and synthetic rubber. So, the involved powers, primarily Germany, UK, and USA, strove to develop artificial polymers for supporting their large armies, right from their soldiers' waterproof shoes, parachutes, to bulletproof armors. This was necessary because natural resources could no longer be relied upon. Even though the Japanese controlled virtually all of world rubber producing regions by 1942, 50 US factories were manufacturing synthetic rubber and by 1944 produced a volume twice that of entire world's natural rubber production before the beginning of the war. Two interesting features of the post-World War period have been rapid advancements in computer and space technologies, which we shall see in light of advancement of semiconductor and ceramics processing technology. The name Silicon Valley itself bears testimony of importance of semiconductors in computer and related technologies, discovery of p-n junction, silicon as suitable for transistors. Silicon comes to Silicon Valley. Microprocessor integrates CPU function into single chip. Use of optical fibers is especially advantageous for long-distance telecommunication and computer networking because light propagates through the fiber with little attenuation compared to electrical cable, which allows for high data transfer rates. Materials used here need to be highly pure, which calls for advanced processing and refining techniques. Talking about ceramics, it's not just about pots and pans. Ceramic technology is no longer just the old shake and bake school. Various kinds of ceramics have been developed due to their ability to function in diverse extreme conditions. Non-toxic biocompatible implants like modern dentures, superconductors with fascinating electrical properties. So, what's next? We have seen that development of materials have been driven and also drives development of human civilizations over ages, and certainly development of proposed designs into feasible technologies depends primarily on available materials and processing technologies. Humans have always loved to play God, and a class of futuristic materials and related technologies are anticipated which may ensure a cleaner, safer and healthier future for all. Room temperature semiconductors, carbon fiber composites facilitating development of ultralight, ultra-strong materials, waste heat to energy thermoelectronics, semiconductor technologies, commercially viable clean energy, nanomechanics, programmable matter, and so on. So, by furthering the technical know-how regarding properties of materials and how that can be altered for our purposes, to know that, to learn that, and to improve upon the existing knowledge, we are here. We are here to be harbingers of a better future.